Okay. So I haven't been keeping up with my diaries because I'm super ADD and I can't pay attention to anything for very long. But thought I'd make a new one anyway. Just try to force myself to do it, even if I think it's bad, even if I feel like it's late, even if I feel like it's not relevant, even if I don't believe anyone's listening, and I'm actually hoping no one's watching these, actually. So, I don't remember the last post I made. I made it 4 days sober. And then on day 5, I lost my shit about this party I felt like I had to go to, and kind of just, I put myself in this mental situation that I had a really hard time getting out of. And even though I knew I was wrong, I believed, however that makes sense, I kind of felt like I needed to do this thing, but I wasn't wanted there. So I had this really strong, completely impossible conflict. Oh, hi. Impossible internal conflict where I felt pressured to do something and felt like believed it was going to be painful and hard and awkward. I think a lot of that stems from, I guess, just past trauma in my history. Specifically remembering being bullied in high school, in middle school, and elementary school. Specifically thinking about, there's this just like very poisonous situation on like my school bus where I was just like very bullied. And, I lost all my friends in high school, in New York, and then I went to Hawaii and didn't really do a good job at making friends there, and graduated feeling very lonely. And then, a little over a decade and a bit more later, I lost all my friends in Seattle. So the recent sort of breakup and social shifting and mild drama has been just a little bit alarming to me. And I sat with it, I listened to it, I tried tapping on it, and in the end I just decided, fuck it, I feel like I have to do this. I have to make this statement and say goodbye to some of my friends and show them how much I appreciate them, and I'm gonna fucking drink. And this moment right now is an act of very strong vulnerability, because I didn't want to tell anybody that I was going to try to go sober again, because I didn't want to tell them that I'd failed. But I failed. And that's okay. I'm deciding that's okay. Maybe, I don't know if it's for the first time ever, but I failed hard on Saturday. I got shithoused so quickly. And I guess in a weird way it's kind of funny, but I mean, it's really, maybe to a lot of people it's not. I ended up having a fine time. It was a meaningful, wonderful time. And the alcohol did help me feel comfortable, and I ended up really just super getting into the music that was going on and stuff. But I definitely wish I had stopped at like 2, and I brought a big bottle of liquor, and there was no shot glass, and that's what happens. My brain just stops. At one point in my life, for a long time when I was drinking, I had that voice in the back of my head that was like, I think you're good. I think you're done now. That voice is dead. It's just gone. So I was just like, eh. And fortunately I wasn't that hungover the day after, which makes me think that maybe I didn't drink as much as I acted like I did, but one of my friends told me they, had seldom seen me that drunk. And I forgot parts of the night. I almost never black out, Yeah, I didn't drive, couldn't drive. It was bad news bears. And I was definitely hungover the next day. It wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been, but I was definitely hungover. And it's so funny. At this point in my journey, it's really clear to me that the most important part, ironically, is that I don't shame myself for what I did. And that's really hard. That's really, really hard, because I believed I deserved to feel shame. I believed I deserved to be reprimanded. I believed I deserved to feel like a failure and all that. So I was going against all of my, not even Catholic instincts, to just say, okay, that's what happened, and is there anything I can learn from it? Is there anything I can do differently next time? And I wanted to keep trying to have sober days, as many as possible in a row. I was sober the next day. And then the night after, I was in another fuck it mood. I had some pretty intense drama with a friend of mine, and I was just so fucking stressed. So, fortunately, I only had one that night. I think, right? Yeah. I may have had two. But that's awesome for me. That's awesome. And then tonight, fucking domino effect. Another stressful conversation. And today I just felt very much like, you know what, so many of my friends and even my therapist and my doctor are all saying, if you try to do all this shit at once and take it all the way, you're probably going to keep failing and you're probably going to keep hating yourself for it, and that's just going to make it worse, So do your work, sit with your feelings, hold out as long as possible, and if you still want to have a drink, then have a drink, So today I was just like, well, I'm definitely having a drink after work, but I'm only going to have one, and then I'm going to go work at a coffee shop and work on my side passions. And I did that. I did exactly that. And there was a moment when I had cravings for more, and I said no, and I was good. And, in an ideal situation, I feel like I'd be having, 2 drinks on Friday and 2 drinks on Saturday, and that would be it. That seems like the healthiest way to maintain a drinking habit at all. But if I do, one a day, every day, even, that's how much my dad drinks. He'll have 1 or 2 every night. He's not worried. I do come from an alcoholic background. But that would be such a massive improvement from how many drinks I've been having over the past year or 2. And it's really occurring to me, I keep going back and forth between what's the linchpin? What do I need to stop? What do I need to make sure that I take out first? And I keep coming back to this, if I'm going to continue to have massive amounts of rather traumatizing and triggering stress, maybe I shouldn't be holding myself to such high expectations until I can remove that from my lifestyle, So that's on my mind quite a bit, is what do I need to move away from? What supportive, peaceful, meditative, self-loving habits can I cultivate? And I just want to say, really, these diaries are really for me. I just found out today that at least one person is watching them, and I'm like, oh. But it always feels so non-intuitive to me to be okay with anything I'm doing. And I'm just going to let that sink in because it sounded weird, but that's a real statement and I really mean it. I have a hard time feeling like it's okay to believe that I'm okay most of the time. But I was thinking today, and despite the fact that I feel like I should be focusing on how I have failed in my goals, and I've got so many of these fucking diaries where I fail. Awesome. Feels great, despite feeling like I should be focusing on that, and despite the fact that I feel like I want to really acknowledge that so that everybody around me knows that I know, which is probably just a defense mechanism. Despite that, I think I've been doing really good at a lot of stuff lately. um, you know, I'm not doing everything every day that I want to be doing, and that drives me fucking crazy. But I've been eating a lot healthier. I've been spending a lot less. And more important than just what I get done and whether it's good or bad for me is I can feel my brain changing. I can feel my brain moving from only ever thinking about alcohol as a thing to be doing to thinking about going for walks and even just like watching TV or smoking a bit of pot when I feel stressed, or going to the beach and watching the sunset, or meditating, or reading a book, or especially working on my passion projects and my coaching business. I'm starting to really see those things as satisfying and fulfilling. And that's a huge shift for me. I know that sounds kind of scary and sad, but it's a huge shift for me to be developing neural pathways that go from boredom to something healthy, or that go from discomfort to something healthy, or loneliness, sadness, anger to something healthy. And I'm really, really grateful for that. And really proud of myself, you know? Good job, self. You rock. I think I'm starting a new band, which is awesome. And if I think about it, I still have two that I could be fueling, two others that I could be fueling at any point in time. So sometime in the next year, it's possible that I'll have 3 bands going, which is scary and awesome. I've got a lot of great ideas about the coaching business that I'm working on. I'm so excited. I'm getting really positive, great feedback from people I really respect. And I feel frustrated because I haven't been able to work on that because I'm doing some free work for a friend of mine, kind of in trade for knowledge and support, and possibly some investment, I guess, monies or whatever. And that's that's a big project, so I haven't really been able to fully focus on my coaching business, which is kind of driving me crazy, but hey, I'm doing something really good for somebody who really has earned it, you know? And he's really grateful for that, so that's also awesome. Yeah. Those are good wins. Oh, my stomach has shrunk a lot. I don't seem to be losing weight, but still. Why? But I am eating a lot less. I can fucking barely eat anything all at once right now. Eating like 5 tiny little meals a day, and it's cool. It feels healthy, at least. Okay, I think that's enough of a diary for today. And I'm just gonna let the rest of this thing go. And I'm gonna post it right to the internet. Just post my mess. Put my mess everywhere. That's my jam. Oh, wait! Before I go, I want to show you something cool. So I got a letter in the mail from, it's probably backwards. It's gonna be backwards, isn't it? From Amanda Palmer. And it's a postcard, an art card that she made for probably thousands of people. I don't remember how I got it. I think she just said, email me and say, yes, I want a card or something on her Patreon. So it is this beautiful piece right here by Mike Zug. It's called Fix Your Own Shit. And on the back, it's got a little poem. And I thought this was really, really good for me, especially because I have like let my car go to hell, and I notice how often I just don't even think about fixing things because I don't think that I can figure it out, and I don't even bother to figure it out, which is weird because sometimes I'm just like, I can figure this out, and I go straight to it and I figure it out, I do it, but a lot of times I just it doesn't even occur to me. And that's a good metaphor, obviously, for not just like cars and pianos and things, but for my life. So anyway, so it says, Sometimes you get under a piano to fix a broken sustain pedal, and you think you're so fantastic for fixing your own shit that you set a timer and take a photo of yourself. And then some guy across the world makes a piece of real art out of it and posts it to Instagram, and you look at it and you think, right. You never know what will lead to what, and there are so many ways to fix things. Whoever you are getting this card, I love you. So much needs fixing nowadays, and we will, without knowing it, fix all the things, and you never know what will fix what. Love, Amanda Palmer. Pretty cute, huh? I'm gonna put that on my fucking wall because this just feels so, like, do it. Do it. Get it done. Don't be afraid. Jump right in. Face things. Be open. Be curious. Have a sense of agency in the world. So, pretty stoked about that. Okay, on that note, I am now going to go. Mwah.